Baseball fans, you're watching On Deck with Tyler Redmond.
There's one other guy I want to bring up, and he's a good friend of mine, and I know you guys were very close back in the day. That's Levi Walker, otherwise known as Chief Nocahoma.
Last time I saw him, well, I went and visited him. He's in Gainesville in the hospital or in a home. We were hog hunting. We went on a wild boar hunt, and they had dogs, so we knew the dogs were after the hogs, and we knew the hogs were over there. And I look over here, and Levi's sneaking through the woods with a bow. I'm like, Levi, you're not going to get a hog like that. But I loved him. He's a part of the Braves. He's a part of the Atlanta Braves nation. Mm-hmm. You know, they always talk about Braves nation. He was a part of that Braves nation, and a big part of it early on. You know, I love the guy.
Absolutely, I do too. And I've always heard the story. He tells it. I was going to ask you if you knew if it was true. He always told a story about racing Ralph Garr.
Says, Chief, why don't you race Ralph Garr? I said, okay. Said, Ralph Garr wants to race you too. So we started on the first base line on the outfield line. We started, bam, took off running. I beat him by 3 foot.
He always told that he beat him by 3 foot. If you could just attest to the speed.
He could run. Okay, he could run, but I never saw the race. You know, they used to call Ralph Garr the road runner. Mm-hmm. So he'd have to run pretty quick to Ralph Garr. What a great guy there.
Yeah.
I mean, what a great guy. But if he beat him, you know, after he danced around the mound, he'd take off to the bullpen. Mm-hmm. And I remember Rick Camp doing a form tackle on him out there, and he knocked him down good. But there's so many stories about him. I mean, he was a great guy. And what he did, I remember, you know what happened? The year we won 13-0. So we started getting a lot more fans in the stands.
The TP.
They took the TP out because they wanted more money mm-hmm. for the gate. You know, that was like, I don't know how many seats, 100 and something seats. Mm-hmm. We started losing. They put it back up. We won the championship. So, you know, I don't know.
You brought him up, and I wasn't going to ask this, but you brought up Rick Camp. And another one of my favorite, just, I guess, retro Braves clips is that Rick Camp game in 1985, July 4th.
July 4th. I got taken out in that game in the 9th inning, so I watched that game from the clubhouse.
You didn't go home?
No. You couldn't. You can't leave. I mean, if I'd have left, I'd have been sent to the minor leagues or something. But I remember the next day after that, well, he hit a home run mm-hmm. in that game. Boom. Then he goes out and he gives it up. But they shot off the fireworks at like 2 in the morning. And I remember they interviewed a lady that lived near the ballpark, and she said, I thought Atlanta was being bombed. Because she woke out of her sleep, you know, boom, boom, boom. But great game. Country sinker, threw a heavy ball. I mean, just. But for him and BP, he was a good BP hitter. Mm-hmm. You know, back then the pitchers used to
take BP.
They would be the first ones on the field, and they'd all take batting practice because obviously they had to hit. Mm-hmm. You know, they'd put a couple of bunts down, and they'd do home run derby, and he was a good home run derby guy. Mm-hmm. But you know, to hit one in a game. Of course, the pitchers on the other team, you know, they're just thinking, well, this guy can't hit. I'll just throw him a fastball. And so he hits one, and it was a great game.
I think one of the greatest, you know, games to look back on and remember that time. I think is that is one that I would always circle.
Well, you know, I was signing autographs the other day, and I saw some pictures and some people, and I'm like, I know I played the game, but it brought back memories mm-hmm. of those things. That's why I think it's so important to go and visit guys like Levi mm-hmm. when he's in the hospital and he's not doing good, because he was a part of Atlanta Braves.
Thanks for the memories.
She's a dancer.
because the memories is what built Chief Nocahoma's career. If it wasn't for the kids going to the baseball game, there wouldn't be baseball. I love you. You're great people.
Thank you so much.
Tyler, thank you.
Baseball fans, make sure you like and share this video and subscribe to this channel. As always, thank you for your support.